Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Kentcarmedia. Today we are going to be applying Lanoguard to Rob's Mark II MX5. It's the winter, so we're going to be protecting the underside of his car. This is going to be a little review video on how easy Lanoguard is to apply. And then in a couple of months' time, maybe 6 months, a year, who knows, we'll do another video on how it's held up and if it has worked on Rob's car. It's quite cold today, so we're just warming the Lanoguard up at the minute to make sure it is the right temperature to apply, because it must be above 10 degrees. It's currently 5 degrees, so we are warming it up, ready to go, and then you'll join us when we are under the car with a spray bottle, because that's all you need apparently.
This is what comes in the box. I can't remember what kit this is exactly, but I will try and put it up on the screen now if I can find it in the emails, because I bought this quite a long time ago, and it's been on the agenda for a while. Just one of those jobs I obviously could not be bothered to do. But it's meant to be easy, so we're going for it. Now, what you get is you get this nice tub of grease, which I don't think I'm going to use, so I don't want to apply that anywhere because I have the suspension apart hopefully soon. You get a hose, then you get an adapter for the hose, so you can get all the old nooks and crannies. This nice little sprayer, and obviously the main spray. So what I'm going to do is we've got a compressed air here, so I'm just going to blast the underneath quickly, just to make sure it's all dry, I guess, because you get better performance when you put it on to a dry surface. So, oh my god, that's happening again. Let's have a look what's inside. See if it's actually in liquid form. It's absolutely freezing in here. Oh, it is liquid. Looks a bit like oil. But I think it's made out of like sheep, like pure sheep.
Sheep?
Yeah, it's like some sort of sheep product, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, they make this out of lambs, mate.
Oh, so it's not vegan?
The circuit is most definitely meant to be on the other side.
It's not vegan.
But we live and we learn.
It's not vegan.
Probably not, mate.
Guess it's got to be.
I am a wilderness explorer.
It's your kid on his first day of school?
Yeah.
With his lunchbox?
Right, well, before we start squirting that in all the holes, so this is going to be my test spot, and I'm just going to wire brush it back to bare metal. Oh mate, it stinks like a farm.
It's made from sheep, isn't it?
Right, now, the instructions say you don't need a mask or anything up for this, which is really nice, unlike most underseals. Just avoid brake pads and discs. Okay. Yeah. So, could take the wheels off, but I'm being lazy. Get a lot on that lower chassis leg. Obviously a key rust area. You get the underneath. What I think we can do now is take the end of this off and replace it with this little donger, which is on reasonable tight, and that should let us, we can now worm this into places we wouldn't be able to get to before. So, if you're on an MX5, you already know that the rear sill area is an issue. I've sprayed up the front chassis leg, which on the Mark II is a concern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove this kick plate sort of thing. It's held on by, you know,
Broken clips.
Now broken clips. And you can see we've got loads of holes here. Now, if I had a light, if I grab a light, there is inside the sill. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use our new adapter friend to go in here. So what I'm going to do on here, this is obviously MX5 Pacific, not Pacific because that's an ocean. The front chassis rails are known to rot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little donger in this nice little hole. Now, it does say this on the instructions, but where it's so cold here, the gun is getting a bit clagged up. So I've coated the lower arms. It's nice, you don't need to mask up any of the bushes or anything. So I've lathered it on all underneath. So you can see it's quite wet under here. So now we've completely undersealed the car, coated the bottom, all the rear arches, blah, blah, blah. We're now gonna leave it for 24 hours to cure. So that is the recommended time on the bottle. I think it says something like 12, 24 hours. Now, luckily we have this lovely unit, so it'll be left here for the foreseeable anyway. So, but maybe if you don't have that sort of facilities, if you did it early in the morning, by the evening you'll probably be good to go. And I imagine it's probably ambient temperature dependent, how fast it'll cure anyway.
And how wet the roads are as well.
Well, it's taking, what, about an hour to do the whole underside of this car? Yeah. Really easy to apply, so I will give its dues there. So if we rate it out of 10 for what would you say that? Or application, probably give it a 10 because it is very super easy. Now, it's very cold in here. I think it's about 8 degrees, and we did have a lot of problems with the spray gun sort of clagging up. Yep. So, walks across camera. This is what we reverted to, Ollie's little water bottle. Which that is what Lanoguard looks like. It literally looks like muddy water,
but it works.
So yeah, it does absolutely stink of a farm.
So I think it smells like a farm, yes, but it smells like they've added something to it to try and make it not smell like a farm. So it smells a bit minty, I think, but like minty shit.
So if you imagine on your roast dinner, you have lamb and mince, it smells like
with a pile of shit on top.
Obviously time will tell how good it is. You know, I don't think it's a product where if you had taken the whole thing back to bed, I don't think you just go put Lanoguard on the bottom of it. It really is just a DIY top up in my opinion. Yep. So that's pretty much how I've used it. I've not really gone completely to town. I've just sprayed it as a little extra protection on the bottom of the car. Pretty good value for money. I think I spent about, I think it was around £80 on a Black Friday sale.
2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, 2 years ago. But you know, the product has just held up. It's not gone off. And you know, this car, I've probably used less than half a bottle on this car. So for that, we'll have enough probably to do Ollie's Mini as well, or enough to top this up next year, because you're meant to apply this every 12 months. So it really is like a, you know, in your winter or summer. It's probably better to do in the summer, to be honest.
Ready for preparation for winter, yeah.
Keep applying it as like a little top up. Yeah, obviously you don't have to mask anything up, which is a real bonus with this, because that takes so much time. We did it with Ollie's.
Yeah, my EP3 took us about 6 days to underseal, because you had to leave 24 hours in between each coat. Whereas this did the whole car in less than an hour. So
on that we were, you know, zinc priming and all this sort of stuff, and every time we actually had to let that cure and then come on to the next coat, and then we ended up wax oiling that, which I don't think is an overly popular thing.
No, because it rusts underneath the wax oil and you just can't see it. So.
Yeah, like this car is wax oil, so brilliant. Loving life. I've got my little test patch. We'll take a little snap of what that looks like now, and then I can then compare that in 6 months' time. That is a piece of metal which is essentially now exposed to the elements at the bottom of this car. So that will give us a good indication on how good it actually is at, you know, doing what it says. So not rusting.
I think if we revisit this in 6 months, see how it's got on. If it's doing well, we'll revisit it in 12 months. If it's not doing well, then we'll just leave it at that. But
yeah, I don't know whether we'll do another video on it because there's not really a lot to cover or say, to be honest. It's not, you know, I don't think anyone's going to watch me undersell a car twice or once, so we'll see how we do with this. But yeah, so you know,
maybe we'll just drop a comment in 6 months' time. So hello, future selves. We can let you know how it's got on, or even an Instagram post if you follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. Of course, if you have Facebook and you've ever Googled Lanoguard, you will see their adverts every day because they have an incredibly aggressive marketing campaign on Facebook. But yeah, seems like a popular product now, so that's the reason I gave it a go a couple of years ago. Just been very lazy. So yeah, anything else to add with that?
No, I just think if you are watching this, please subscribe. Please like us on Facebook. We are kentcarmedia. Please follow us on TikTok, kentcarmedia. And please follow us on Instagram, kentcarmedia.